What is actually going to happen to you on the 5th of March, it's literally going to blow you away. You are going to have a huge, huge surprise what is exactly about to take place in your life. This in itself, it's most certainly going to throw you out of balance. You need to be strong because you are, for like about one day, going to be completely kind of a little bit confused, okay? Just for one day. This in itself is actually probably going to bring one of the biggest blessings into your life. But before that happens, just remember this, my gorgeous Capricornius. You are going to have a huge, massive, enormous contemplation. So first of all, something is going to happen. You're not going to like it. It's going to throw you out of balance. You are going to be, oh my God, like all over the place for just one day. Okay, this is not a bad thing. This is not a horrible thing. This, you are gonna be grateful in like about 1 month's time when you see exactly how things are gonna unfold, how things are gonna develop, and to which part of your spiritual journey this is actually going to bring you to. This is important. So it's all going to start with like a something uncomfortable and negative that you're going to become aware of, that you're going to hear. It's going to scare you a little bit. It's going to throw you out of balance a little bit, but just for one day. The next day, the one day after that, my gorgeous Capricornius, you are going to be facing one of the biggest contemplations, so probably the biggest contemplation of your entire life, of your entire existence. When it comes to this contemplation, I need to tell you one thing. You need to think about yourself. You need to think about your life. You need to think about primarily what's making you happy and what's making you bad. I can assure you that there are lots of elements that were making you bad and that were causing you to feel bad, which have slowly but surely now are coming to an end. Okay, and first of all, I said there is going to be the problem, but then you're going to see what I said. First of all, you're going to have problem, you know, something is going to happen, it's going to throw you out of balance, but then I said in 1 month's time you will see, oh my God, that this was absolutely imminent and all this was literally working in your favor. You need to remain strong, you need to remain centered, and you need to remain balanced. You need to understand that this is about to open up such an important path for you that you didn't even know it's there. Okay, because you know it's not only about you kind of like having this negative situation. One day after that, as I said, you're gonna have a huge massive contemplation. When it comes to that contemplation, I've said already that you have to like really pretty much so think about what's making you good, what's making you happy, and work with this. Okay, you have to be honest with yourself. On one hand, 1,000,000% you must be honest with yourself here, because otherwise you're only gonna unnecessarily slow down something so brilliantly, so brilliant, something so powerful, which is pretty much so emerging for you, which is going to emerge for you, you know, out of this situation. So you have to follow your intuition, my gorgeous Capricornius, and at the same time, when it comes to that contemplation, let me tell you something. Whatever you decide, as long as you're following your intuition, as long as you're honest with yourself, as long as you're paying attention to those things that elevate you and those things that make you happy, those things that make you optimistic, those things that make you creative, as long as you're doing this, you're going to be absolutely fine, and this is going to lead towards the biggest victory and towards the biggest achievement of your entire life. Something really mind-blowing, like out of this world, is going to happen to you in July 2024. Something mind-blowing, it's going to happen to you in July 2024. What is going to happen to you, you could not even dream about at this stage of your life. Slowly but surely, you're heading that way. You're heading towards that particular direction, and all you need to do right now is just to be basically honest with yourself. Okay, so this is going to not only lead towards the biggest victory, but also like a really big problem. It's going to come to an end. And this in itself, it's going to lead, my gorgeous Capricornius, towards something so important being uncovered for you. Okay, something so important, it's about to emerge for you. you. And this in itself, it's pretty much so going to be absolutely obvious within the last 11 days of March, because within the last 11 days of March, there are gonna be so many things happening in your life. Every single aspect is gonna speed up like there is no tomorrow. There are a couple of news you're going to have, couple of important informations. These informations that you are going to have within the last 11 days of March are going to turn your life upside down, and I mean that in the best possible way. Never mind the fact that your number, when it comes to numerology, my gorgeous Capricornios, it's number 44. It is a very, very powerful number in so many different ways, and it means that things are most certainly and most importantly coming together for you. Okay, it means that karmically a very bad and negative stage of your life has come to an end, and now the new phase karmically, it's about to begin. This is important, but I also need you to understand this. When it comes to the 4th of March, when it comes to the 14th of March, and when it comes to the 24th of March, these 3 days, please, 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 you are going to have some kind of idea on these 3 days. These ideas are going to be completely different, and they are not going to have anything to do with one another. But I need you to take these ideas seriously, because these ideas you're never going to have again. Not that you're never going to have them again, not that you're not going to necessarily remember them, but you're not going to feel them like you're going to feel them right now. You're not going to feel them. You're only able to feel its essence when it happens in this particular time. But because number 44, it's in numerology, your number, you see, this is like enhancing this energy and making everything so much more powerful for you. Not when it comes to feeling this, like kind of ideas, but also when it comes to you kind of taking them seriously. That's all you need to do, and do something about them at that moment in time. Just quickly, just briefly, try to make some kind of a move or some kind of a step towards that particular idea. For example, let's say on the 4th of March, like you have got some kind of idea, like, I don't know, you have, let's say you have some kind of idea on the 4th of March, and then like, you know, all you need to do is like kind of go through it, you know, through that particular energy. And the only way to do this, you need to respond to it. So if you have an idea, oh, I don't know, I want to make some kind of figurine or something. I want to make some kind of figurine or something. Well, all you need to do is just quickly go on like Google maybe and try to find out what's the best way or what's the quickest way to make a figurine and things like that. So it's all about like a starting a process by tapping into it at that moment in time. And then you have created something very, very powerful in terms of energy. And that means that, you know, not only this is like kind of going to be the certain seed, spiritual seed, which is going to be planted at that moment in time, but you're also, everything is going to happen for you so much quicker, so much sooner, you know, than you could possibly imagine. So this is what I need you to understand. There are going to be 3 different ideas which you are going to have within these sacred days when it comes to you. And just all you need to do, you don't need to do everything about them right now, but just start some kind of a process, and that way you are entering this energy, this dimension, by tapping into it at this particular moment in time, which is going to help you to reconnect with yourself like at no other time it would happen. And that way you can get to its essence so much quicker, so much sooner, and everything is just kind of going to float so much better if you actually do it in this particular way, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed. And this is something I need you to remember. When it comes to like nutrition and when it comes to health, like, oh my God, please keep on taking something to boost your immune system. I know this is boring, I know I'm keep on saying this, but it is rather important for every single one of us to actually do this. So please, 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 my gorgeous Capricornius, keep on taking like organic camu, natural form of vitamin C. Keep on taking like vitamin D3 alongside vitamin K2, which is going to help with its absorption, and also keep on taking a zinc picolinate, which is a highly absorbable version of zinc. This combination is going to be mind-blowing in order to boost your immune system indeed. But you also need to make sure that the supplements that you are taking are 100% natural, without any chemicals or without any unnecessary ingredients. If you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you are breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or GP. Only they can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Capricornios, or not. So now I'm going to start with the very first day. The very first date, which is really going to be so important, is going to be the 1st of March. But what I really need to mention is that the crucial period before the 1st of March, it's going to be like about 2 or 3 days before the actual 1st of March. 2 or 3 days before the 1st of March are going to be absolutely crucial. Why? Because you will be going through something very, very unusual. You will be going through something really different. You will go through something like you've never went through before. You will experience something you've never experienced before. And this in itself, it's slowly but surely, my gorgeous Capricorn, is going to start changing things for you gradually. So by the time you get to the 1st of March, you know, you are just going to feel very keen. You're just going to feel very eager. And something is going to start you off on the 1st of March. You will look at something, you will see something, and something is really kind of going to help you to reconnect with yourself in such a way where suddenly you're going to be reminded like of some kind of a time from a very, very, very long time ago. You're really going to be surprised what you're actually going to be reminded of, like my gorgeous Capricornius. But the bottom line is that it's not only you being like nostalgic and being reminded of something, but something like really specific is going to be triggered within you. And this in itself is going to bring that last element, which is going to pretty much so going to make you realize that now it's time to make a really, really important decisions. To be quite honest with you, there are two really important decisions that you are indeed going to need to make this month. And the first important decision you're going to make on the 1st of March. So on the 1st of March, this decision that you're going to make, it's like a pretty much so based on the experience and what you went through within the last few days before the actual March started. I really hope this makes sense. When I said something happened, you had an unusual experience and something like kind of like took place in your life, and this in itself also like kind of now you're gonna have an idea based on that. You had an idea then and there, but only now this idea is gonna like kind of make sense. And for some reason it's to do with you being reminded of the certain aspect of your life a long time ago. It's to do with nostalgia, it's to do like with the memories, but it's also to do with you like tapping into like the specific part of your life which kind of refreshed your memories. But as a lot is happening at the back of your subconscious mind, so maybe you're not even realizing yourself how driven you're actually going to be and where exactly this is coming from. But the bottom line is that based on the experience which you had a few days before the 1st of March, you are going to make an important decision, a really important decision. And this decision that you're going to make, so I'm telling you 2 important decisions you're going to have. This is the first one. This is a big giant mama. I mean, this one, it's about to break the whole house apart, you know what I mean? Just with her stepping into the house, the whole house is gone, literally. No, I'm joking. No, but this is a big mama. So by you making this like important decision, this is also the beginning of a very, very significant transformation in your life. So the beginning of a transformation is going to literally take place on the very 1st of March, at the moment in time you make this important decision. And you will know it's based on the idea that you've had from before, and that idea, it's going to be shining really, really brightly now. Just remember, it's because you were reminded of certain aspects of your life from a long time ago. This triggered something within you and kind of highlighted that particular idea. So you are going to be like completely up for it. You're going to feel really happy. You're going to feel really good. And most importantly, you will know that you're doing something really, really smart. You will know that you're doing something really intelligent. intelligent, you see, and that's why you're gonna feel ready for action. I like to see you like this, my gorgeous Capricornius. I haven't seen you like this in a long time, and now the time it's absolutely perfect. Now the time it's absolutely perfect. So by the time you get to the new year, the 1st of April, oops, did I just say that? Oops. By the time you get to the new year, the 1st of April, when when the new year should actually be, but anyway, by the time, shall I just speak like, by the time you get to the 1st of April, there is so much that you are going to have to actually look forward to as a direct result of what was happening throughout this month already. Yes, I know I'm in March now, okay? So what I meant to say about the 1st of April, I meant to say that the new year, it's actually meant to be on the 1st of April, not on the 1st of January, but that's a completely different subject now, so I'm just going to leave this aside. Okay, so this is why the 1st of March is indeed going to be really important. The next important date is going to be the 2nd of March. On the 2nd of March, yes, I forgot to put my microphone closer to me. I really hope that you've heard me. I've just realized, like, how many minutes later, I've just realized I didn't put my microphone close to me. So my microphone was far from me. So I really hope that didn't mess up any kind of reading so far. I'm so sorry, my gorgeous Capricornians. You see, this is where I put my microphone, and I had to change my microphone. You see what I mean? I had to change my microphone, but I've just left it on the table here. Cressida came in and just poof, my mind is just gone. I forgot about it. So I've just put my microphone here, so I hope you're going to be able to hear me now. So yeah, my gorgeous Capricornians, I'm really, really sorry. So the second important date, it's actually going to be on the 2nd of March. Now, on the 2nd of March, my gorgeous Capricornians, you are going to have a really bizarre moment when you wake up in the morning and you are going to have something really specific on your mind, something really specific, and this is going to surprise you. So on the 2nd of March, as soon as you wake up in the morning, there is something really specific which is going to be on your mind. Now, it is not going to make sense whatsoever. You're not going to be able to understand this, or you're not going to be able to realize this, but then again, at the same time, it's just really going to make you wonder, like, why am I thinking about this? Why am I thinking about this? But then again, by the time you get to the actual 27th of March, on the 27th of March, something really kind of bizarre is going to happen again. Something really, really unusual again, it's going to happen. And you are going to need to respond to the certain situation. It's about you needing to respond really quickly, really, really fast to the certain situation. And when you kind of respond to that situation, you're going to need to respond to something, and you're going to need to be really serious about this. And now you are going to suddenly remember that particular word that was on your mind, and it's all going to start making sense. So the answer to whatever you're going to be going through, it's going to be that particular word that was on your mind on the 2nd of March, as soon as you woke up. And this in itself, like, it's your guiding light, and this in itself, it's going to be your answer to whatever you're going to be going through, because you're going to need to respond to something, and your response is going to be different to what you initially would respond to this type of situation. And you're going to realize that something is happening, something is going on. You're not going to fully understand this, but thank God you will go with it. Indeed, you will do the right thing by responding to this with that particular word that was on your mind. You will kind of not understand this fully, but you will know that this is a lot to do with your internal guidance indeed. So when you follow your internal guidance, you will never be led astray. So you are going to have a right response because of this. The next important date, my gorgeous Capricornians, it's going to be on the 3rd of March. Now on the 3rd of March, it's to do with like a really, really, my God, I don't know that, because you have been going through something so difficult, my gorgeous Capricornians, like really, really difficult for a while, very difficult stage, and that difficult stage has been like kind of affecting you for a long time now. Only now on the 3rd of March, you are really pretty much so going to come up with such an important conclusion here, like, oh my God, you will realize what to do when it comes comes to this specific problem, this particular problem that was like really pretty much so overshadowing you for so long. So it's about a conclusion, it's about a realization, but it's also on another note, this is important for you to deal with because this problem was like really limiting you. This problem was limiting you, it was like kind of restricting you, it was even like kind of creating like a bit of a victim mentality every now and then, which is definitely not good, and it was making you kind of insecure. So this is why it's important to deal with this, because it started to affect your quality of your life. Okay, so now you are going to have an important realization, an important conclusion. This is going to make you feel really happy, but also at the same time, you know, you are going to understand that the very wise choice when it comes to all this, it's an important compromise which you are going to need to make, and this compromise is going to be like kind of driving you nuts. This compromise is going to make you like kind of worried, but sometimes we do need to compromise certain things, you know, in our lives in order to move on, in order to move forward, because sometimes as soon as we compromise something or move away from something or we move on from something, we kind of stop our energy with that particular aspect, and we allow another energy to come in. So this is important because of the several reasons here, because as soon as you do this, you don't have to worry about making a compromise with something that caused so many issues in your life already, because it's to do with something really specific that is connected to this particular situation. But you need to understand that as soon as you make this compromise, my gorgeous Capricornius, you know, this is on one hand like a really wise choice, which is going to lead towards your own kind of like a massive success and a really brilliant achievement. But as soon as you make this compromise, you also need to understand that on the 30th and the 31st of March, for example, on the 30th and the 31st of March, you are going to have two really interesting opportunities. These interesting opportunities are really going to surprise you, because for the first time in your life, you are going to feel a very strong connection towards things you've never felt connection before. And this is your guiding light. This is an important sign for you that you have like pretty much so you've gone through something very difficult, but then on another hand, it's a very like kind of powerful sign when it comes to your spirit evolving. And this doesn't surprise me. Just remember that on the 1st of March is the beginning of a really big, huge, massive transformation. Okay, so this does not surprise me here, my gorgeous Capricornius, whatsoever. My God, okay? And also, what else I was going to say, what else I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Capricorn, is this absolutely stunning peanut obsidian. Very gorgeous, very beautiful, and also really powerful indeed. Peanut obsidian, it's also quite rare, and it's also a kind of like a really powerful when it comes to protecting us against negative energy, negative people, negative situations, negative vibrations, but it also helps us to ground ourselves, it helps us to recenter, and on top of all that, it's making us to be creative with things that we should be creative with. Absolutely brilliant in so many different ways. This gorgeous peanut obsidian comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. This peanut obsidian, it's fostering sense of security and inner peace, and it's helping to dissolve fears and worries, and it's drawing out stress and tension as well. It's absolutely brilliant. And if you would like to buy this peanut obsidian, which I highly recommend you, the link is going to be in the description below. By clicking on the name of this video, it's going to expand and you will see where you can buy it, or you can just simply go to the actual comment section of this video, and I pin products in top of the comment section now as well. Or you can simply go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonus in shop, and you can see my website that way as well. The next important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's actually going to be the 7th of March. Now you need to be very smart, okay? The 7th of March, you need to avoid this temptation. You need to avoid this temptation, this idea which you are going to have on the 7th of March. No, baby, no. No, baby, no. Almost as if you're going to have this moment, and I shouldn't say almost, as if you're gonna have this moment. No, you will have this moment, my gorgeous Capricornius, on the 7th of March, where you are really kind of gonna feel a little bit naughty, a little bit cheeky, a little bit cheeky, a little bit naughty. You know, you're gonna feel like not really yourself, but not in a bad way, if that makes sense. Almost as if now you're gonna feel like you're like kind of rebellious about something, you know, rebellious. And I think it's like what is gonna happen on the 5th and on the 6th of March is gonna contribute towards you feeling a little bit rebellious and a little bit cheeky and a little bit naughty on the 7th of March. But the bottom line is that I really need to warn you here, because there is some kind of idea which you are going to have. It's like, no baby, no. The devil is attached to this idea. No baby, no. This idea would be really bad for you. This idea would be really negative for you. Do I need to say even more? Do you know what I mean? Because it's coming, it's happening at around the time when the energy is not going to be just right whatsoever. But also that idea which you're going to have, you will know that it's kind of a little bit too good to be true. But because you're going to feel cheeky and naughty and a little bit rebellious, you see, I don't want these feelings to kind of win over, and I don't want you to do something which you're going to regret. Because if you take this idea on, then it's to do with the devil. Seriously, I know it sounds really horrible, but it's to do with temptation, temptation, temptation. It is not going to work out well for you, and in fact it's going to work out really bad for you, because you will do something which is, you're not going to be able to fix this would be like completely irreversible. Okay, so please, on the 7th of March, when it comes to this idea, it's to do with the temptation, temptation, temptation. You have to avoid this idea, my gorgeous Capricornius, at all costs. Like, oh my God. And also, my gorgeous Capricornius, the next important date is going to be on the 14th of March. My goodness, you know, on the 14th of March, you're going to hear the certain news, and this is going to make you feel so annoyed a little bit, because you will be waiting for something, you will be expecting for something, and what you're going to be waiting for and what you're going to be expecting for is just like kind of not going to be happening on that particular day, on the 14th of March. And you will feel like, oh my God, this is going to put you in a little bit of a negative mood, and you will feel frustrated a little bit. You know, you're going to feel frustrated because you will not be able to do something that, you know, means to you so much, you know, something really specific, you know, it's going to be on your mind. And then there is this absolutely gorgeous person in your life, you know, somebody directly connected to you. I mean, it could be your family member, it could be your partner, it could be your best friend, somebody who is like a very much so connected to you. It's going to give you like a really important a really somebody's going to give you really kind of some kind of suggestion here, some kind of advice, and that suggestion and that advice, it's like really, oh, gonna surprise you, and it's gonna be really good one. I really strongly suggest you to follow what that person is gonna tell you here. It's about you contributing towards something a little bit more. Okay, it's about you kind of making some kind of contribution, or you needing to contribute towards something a little bit more. Okay, please follow the advice of this person, because this is going to be the right advice when it comes to you kind of really doing the right thing, but also when it comes to you understanding what exactly this contribution is. Okay, very, very important, my gorgeous Capricornius. Okay, because this is to do with a certain person who I really like, the certain person who is lovely, the certain person who is really gorgeous in so many different ways, and the certain person who is like a very, very, very loyal to you, and somebody who knows you like a more than you know yourself, for example. You know, these are to do with like a very special and really specific people in our lives, my gorgeous Capricornius, indeed. So please do not ignore what this person is going to suggest you. And they're going to be actually two things. It's not one thing, but they're going to be two things that person is going to suggest you to do about what exactly you're going to feel frustrated about. And both of these things are to do with like some kind of contribution, or more energy that you're going to kind of need to put towards something at this stage of your life. But what that person is going to say is going to be the right thing indeed, and it's going to turn out to be like a pretty much so a very, very kind of positive and good for you as well. And also, my gorgeous Capricornius, what else I was going to recommend you? Absolutely stunning, one of the most beautiful pendants, and again, I've had, this is called Persian turquoise. Very striky, very gorgeous, one of the most beautiful pendants, and on top of that, extremely powerful and extremely rare as well. Persian turquoise. It's absolutely brilliant when it comes to your memory, to remember things, when it comes to concentration. You know, it helps you to concentrate when you're talking to people or you're listening to something really important. It helps you to remember, but it also helps you to focus. You know, sometimes we are given so many information by certain people and we have to listen and we have to remember. Of course that we have everything at the back of our subconscious mind, but it's about the fact whether we can actually reflect to it at the time when we need it to get the most of it. That's the problem, because sometimes it's very difficult to reflect and get everything out, you know, what we were kind of listening to or what we were witnessing while somebody was giving us important informations. So Persian turquoise is brilliant because it helps you to focus and concentrate, and it also helps you to remember the things that you should literally remember. It's Persian turquoise. It's also brilliant when it comes to reading the signs around you, understanding the signs around you, and that way you also understand so much more about what you want and what you need. It helps you a lot to have a courage and to come out of comfort zone when it comes to very personal things in life that you should be doing, you know. It helps you with the balance a lot, you know, especially when it comes to like a focusing on practical things, but also when it comes to focusing on the personal things. Persian turquoise also provides spiritual attunement, and it's a stone of purification. It provides healing for the spirit and well-being for the mind and body, and it's a stone for your inner wisdom indeed. Absolutely gorgeous. This also comes with a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. Just click on the name of this video and it's going to expand, or just go to the actual comment section and you will see it's going to be pinned on top of the comment section, or you can just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin a shop, and my website is going to come up that way as well. The next important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's going to be on the 22nd of March. On the 22nd of March, what a beautiful experience you are going to have. Something that's really going to blow you away. Something is going to happen to you. It's going to surprise you, but this is going to be such a beautiful and such a good surprise. You know, you're going to feel alive again. Your eyes are going to be open. You're going to become fully aware of things you want to do, you want to try, you want to explore. Something is going to happen and it's going to make you feel alive again. Here, you will clearly realize what is missing in your life, what has been missing in your life for so long. And this is going to be the beginning of a very, very special breakthrough here as well, because this is the time when the very specific energy it's about to return into your life as well, which means that you're going to feel driven so badly by what are you actually going to experience. You're going to be driven like never before. And remember when I said two important decisions that you're going to make, baby. The first one was on the 1st of March, and now the second important decision is going to be on the 22nd of March. This is why you're going to make this important decision. Now it's time, my gorgeous Capricornius. Now it's time. Just go for it. That's all I can say. What you're doing right now, you're following your intuition. Okay, you're following your intuition, you're following your energy, you're following your passion. This is to do with an inspired action, but also at the same time it's to do with the beginning of a very, very special and a rather beautiful adventure. You're gonna surprise yourself how fearless you're gonna feel. But then again, you know, this fearless, it's like causing you to feel impulsive. And when we feel impulsive, when it comes to the right subjects and the right things going on, my God, you become indestructible indestructible, my gorgeous Capricornians. Do not even allow any negative thought to enter your mind, even a little bit. Do not even go there. Now it's most certainly not a time for that whatsoever. Follow your energy and follow what you're passionate about. This in itself is going to bring such a fantastic respect to you. I'm not saying that you are looking to gain respect, but this is indeed, whether you like this or not, it's going to bring huge respect to you. It's going to show what a powerful leader you actually are. This is bringing stability and focus into your life, and it's going to lead towards a very, very interesting brand new project you are going to find yourself working on as within the next few days. Okay, and this is like from this like kind of inspiration, you're gonna feel this urge to kind of change your life, urge to move on, urge to create. This is bringing all sorts of willpower and desire into your life indeed. Absolutely mind-blowing, my gorgeous Capricornians. But also at the same time, you're gonna do something so specific when it comes to like a long-term contribution, long-term success. But it's also the beginning, like pretty much sort of a personal transformation here. The first of March was the beginning of transformation in general, but this is the beginning of your personal transformation here, my gorgeous Capricornius. You know, this in itself, you need to pay attention to what is going to happen in between the 22nd of March and the 31st of March. Oh my God, you know how creative you're going to feel. You're going to feel because of this, and this creativity is going to bring all sorts of like creative opportunities. Okay, just pay attention to and do not ignore them whatsoever, because these little opportunities that you're going to become aware of are going to lead towards something really, really big, towards something really huge, towards something really massive. But at this stage of your spiritual journey, you just follow what makes you feel good and what makes you feel passionate and what's calling you to explore. That's quite important right now. The next important date, my gorgeous Capricornius, is going to be on the 31st of March. My God, I'm so worried that you couldn't hear me now in my first part of the video. I'm so worried, honestly. While I'm reading, I'm worried now. Whether you gonna be able to hear me at the beginning of the video. Remember, about 17 minutes or something, my microphone was all the way there because I've changed microphones. Oh my goodness. Okay, doesn't matter. Sorry about that, my darlings. So now the next important date, it's going to be on the 31st of March. On the 31st of March, you are going to have an amazing news here. It's to do with the progress. It's to do with the progress, with the specific progress. This is going to make you feel good. It's going to put a big smile on your face. But it's also going to have an element of surprise. Something it's going to be like a bit of a more significant that you could have possibly imagined in terms of the actual progress. And this in itself is to do with the vision of how you want your life to be. But here you are gonna be very excited and very pleased with yourself, and you should be. Give a credit to yourself whenever the credit is due, because the reason why you are going to have this important message about that particular progress, my gorgeous Capricornius, it's only because you decided to do something really specific that lots of people in your life were telling you, no baby, no, no baby, no. So you were just like going against the flow, and sometimes you need to be the only person, you know, who is doing something that means to you. Like 1,000 people are going that way. If you feel like going the opposite way, just go for it. It's to do with your spiritual journey. Maybe this is your path. This is your spiritual journey, to go completely against everybody else in an opposite direction. I mean, you know what I mean? So it's to do with the time a while back when you made a certain decision and some prominent people in your life were telling you no. But now you're going to realize that this is the direct result of the decision that you've made, because you set the boundaries. It's to do with you setting the boundaries, you know, like a while back when it comes to this progress. But only now you're going to see the progress. And this is brilliant. because you're going to feel very proud of yourself. You proved a certain point to you, but now you're instantly going to have somebody else on your mind to prove a certain point to somebody else, because you're going to you're going to feel very passionate to declare something here, which is absolutely fine. The reason why, so it's not only about an important message, it's not only about like the progress, but now a little bit after that moment, something very unexpected, it's actually going to happen, something really, really unexpected. But then again, this unexpected situation which is going to happen, it's going to be like connected to like you will feel like you're really lucky. It's going to be really fantastic news. It's more like about a fantastic news, fantastic realization. You know, you're going to feel really, really lucky. But it's more about, not only about a certain news, which is going to be really good news, but it's more about the possibilities that you are going to become aware of after this moment in time. So it's more about the possibilities. So this is all going to lead later on towards an unexpected, like a really, really brilliant, good situation, good news, where you are going to become aware of the certain possibilities which are going to surprise you, and at that moment in time you are going to realize that there is no way that your life is actually not going to change. Here you're going to realize that your life is going to like start changing like there is no tomorrow, and it's going to happen much quicker and much sooner than you could have possibly imagined. And when it comes to these possibilities that you're going to be facing, there are going to be so many different possibilities, you know, that you're going to realize, and you're going to be thinking like, oh my God, why didn't I do this before? Well, you didn't do it before because you weren't meant to do it before. This stage and the period in your life was ever so important when it comes to you being prepared for this, because you will fully understand on the 31st of March, by the end of the day, how much your life it's actually going to change. Not only like that fantastic, mind-blowing, bright prospects slowly but surely sliding into your life, but at the same time you're going to realize, you're going to feel like this is all becoming like a one nice a little adventure, you know. This is absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Capricornians, and I know how excited you are going to be. You're going to be in this planning mode. Oh my God, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You're going to feel alive again. And that in itself, it's going to start the process of healing. Every single part of you, it's about to heal, my gorgeous Capricornians, slowly but surely. I mean, just pay attention to the actual energy, how much more energy you're going to have just while you're thinking about it, let alone once you step into it. You have got so much to look forward to, and I'm so, so, so happy for you. And now, my gorgeous Capricornius, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationships. So those of you in relationships, you know, do you know what? It's like basically on one hand, you are gonna realize so badly how much you want to do something really specific, you and your partner. And this is to do with your lifestyle. This is to do with you doing something really big, and it's to do with you like talking about it for absolute ages, and you couldn't kind of do anything about it for a while, because you know there were certain things that you had to deal with, and there were certain things that had to be placed or put on pause, for example. So now, you know what, you're gonna feel very, very excited, because you are gonna have a really kind of big opportunity. You and your partner are gonna have a really brilliant opportunity to kind of like a speed something up and to carry on with like some kind of a big change. But this change is to do with your immediate environment, and it's to do with something that had to be put on pause for a while. So you're gonna have a good news, and you will realize that something is moving on, something is changing, and you're both going to be really happy. But then again, couple of days after that moment in time, you're gonna hear a negative news. Okay, you're gonna hear a negative news, and you're gonna hear like that, you know, first of all you had a good news, but now you're gonna hear a negative news. But you must not, that negative news is nothing to do with this, but it's to do with something else. but you must not allow this negative news to actually affect the past that you're both going to find yourself at, because you're going to be dealing with some kind of an issue at the time when you really need to put so much of your energy towards this. I just need you to understand that this is the part of the little challenge, I'm sorry, that you are going to have. Now you've been waiting for something for such a long time, you and your partner, to carry on with. You hear a good news, you're happy, you want to carry on, you start carrying on, you start planning, and 2 days later some kind of a negative news about something else. Now you need to be strong, and you need to remain balanced, you need to remain centered. This is one of the biggest challenges that you've ever been through. While you have to deal with something negative, at the same time you still need to make sure that this is going further, that you are going further with your old plan. And thank God that you are going to come on top, because after that moment in time I see an important discussion, an important little contemplation again, and then an inspiration is going to win. You're gonna come up with the conclusion how you're gonna deal with that particular problem, but also at the same time you're gonna realize that now it's time to sort out your priorities. I'm sorry, whatever that negative problem is, you should maybe put it as a number 2, and just kind of put this as your priority number 1, because you've been waiting for this plan to carry on with for such a long time. Okay, I know that this other problem is going to seem like big, but then again it's going to be absolutely fine. I'm not talking about something really bad and negative, but I'm just talking about something that potentially is going to seem so much worse than what it is. So my advice is to carry on with that plan, and I don't need to tell you this because you are going to, because there is going to be an important discussion, conversation in between you and your partner, and you're going to realize that you are going to carry on with that plan. And of course that is going to lead towards you not only carrying on with this plan successfully, this is going to be brilliant, but also along the way, while you're carrying on with that plan, you will be able to kind of resolve that problem and issue, and you will realize that it hasn't been so bad as it seems to have been in the first place. So it's all going to end up to be good, basically. And for those of you who are single and ready to mingle, my gorgeous Capricornians, like, oh my God, there is somebody like that you are going to meet, you are going to come across, somebody really delicious, somebody really gorgeous, somebody really vavavoomeish. It's really going to catch your attention, get your attention, and it's going to happen like, I don't know whether you're going to be like kind of working around certain people, there are going to be certain people around you, but there is some kind of collaboration going to be going on. But this could be absolutely anything. I mean, come on, this could be like even you kind of at your work, or you are learning something, or maybe you even exercising. It could be like so many things connected to this like collaboration. Do you know what I mean? But the bottom line is you're going to be surrounded by the people, and people are going to be doing certain things together, like and you know what I mean, people are going to be like working together, that's what I mean, yeah. People are going to be working together, or like doing something together, collaborating in certain way, and then there is going to be somebody very, very specific who is going to start looking very, very interesting to you indeed. And very shortly after, that person is going to do something, and then you're going to think, oh no, that person is not nice. No, baby, no. You're only not going to be able to understand this person. You're going to get something wrong. This is somebody really amazing, but there is a little challenge that you are going to have even when it comes to that. So you're going to see somebody gorgeous, and somebody gorgeous is going to notice you, but then that person is going to do something, and then you're going to think, oh, this person is not a nice person. No, 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 baby, no. It looks like you're going to get offended for something that you shouldn't be offended for whatsoever. Okay? You're going to get offended for something that you shouldn't be offended for. Do you know what I mean? But then you're gonna realize that very soon after that it was your overreaction about something. So you must not kind of overreact when it comes to you maybe understanding that person in a wrong way, because it is to do with somebody really amazing. It is to do with somebody really wonderful. It is to do with somebody really different. It is to do with somebody really, really special indeed. Ooh. Okay, my gorgeous Capricornius, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonassin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.